All right. YouTube. How you doing? Got something else for you. Got something else for you. All right. Now, if you're looking at the screen here, wondering what it is, when you shouldn't, you know how I do my work by now, right? I'm like your news reporter. Like, I don't know, maybe your ghetto news reporter. I mean, I'm not as professional as them guys, man. They good with it. What I'm bringing you is God, the natural way. See, God is nature, natural. I don't have to get all set up. I don't got to put all this makeup on me. I'm just bringing you God, okay? Bringing you God. All right, so in this picture here, you see this area right here, just floating on in the clouds. You think this is a little cloud. Like, what is that? What is that? Yeah, you see how the sky look here all pretty and blue? But in purple, it's gonna turn purple. I'm gonna show you how. Because I'm gonna play with these colors so you can see what I got. You may think this is just an old cloud or something, but that's not even a cloud. All right? This is a symbol that was arched in the cloud, made into the cloud. All right? Perfectly with God's finger. Because God will write in the sky for you. It says it in the scriptures. You can go to Psalms 8 and 3 and you can read it. All right? His finger writes. It says of your finger. Yeah. His finger writes in the sky. Writes in the clouds. Let me just show you. I'm gonna get to the video. You know, I'm trying not to be too winded, but I gotta give you my opinion. Because remember, this is my picture. So if I don't give you my opinion, how would you know what's in the picture here? I mean, if I would just throw up this picture here and just start throwing scriptures at you, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. It don't make sense, right? If you want to go to the professionals, man, you go ahead and look up the professionals and you know, let them read the Bible to you. I'm just giving you scriptures to explain what I see and match them up. That's it. All right? I can teach you though. We can do all that too, but right now it's about explaining pictures. Explaining these signs to you. This right here is a letter. And that's just not no ordinary old letter, even though it may look like that to you guys. God does exist. And what he's still writing is in his language. He wants you to wake up to it. All right. So this letter here means universal God. All three. God, you got a Son here and the Holy Spirit. And most of the people in the East, they should see this symbol and recognize it right away. Right away. Now I'm going to go ahead and play it and show you what I did. Take a look at it. You can see the trees and the houses, right? See, it's floating. This here, boys and girls, this sky here, that's considered water in the sky. It's a firmament. We live in water. So that's just sailing along in front of my house. You see that there? Yeah, look, there it is. Pay close attention. See, that is a symbol. God is writing right there. Oh, yeah. You can go to Isaiah 48 and 13. He says it. Surely my hand founded the earth. So if his hand founded the earth, what would stop his finger from writing in the sky to you? Yeah. Remember, I'm just trying to teach you. Just trying to teach you the best way I can. And I'm going to go ahead and go into detail for you, man. I got to go in detail. And I have to show you how that is a letter. I know exactly what era that comes from. That's the Assyrian. That's the Assyrian era. That's actually Assyrian writings, ancient Assyrian writings. Don't worry, I'll show you. We'll get to it. But first, I got to prove to you it's not a cloud. I got to show you the shape of it. You see that? Yeah, right there. Perfect. Look at it. See? See that? See those perfect ends here? It's perfect. Look at that. Boop, boop. Oh, yeah. See the perfect line in the middle? Because it was written. See? Yep. It's another symbol. And guess what, folks? Right in front of my house. If it's right in front of my house, it must be for me to show you. God will show us chosen. Remember, he showed Noah, out of all those people was living in that city at the time, he showed Noah some things, didn't he? So you got to wake up too. I'm trying to show you what God's showing me here. All right. Now there you go, my video. So my video was to highlight different colors so you can see how I got different colors. I had to do it this way so you can see what I'm messing with when I show you my other colors. This is a letter. It's a symbol, and it means something. All right. And I'm going to show you how. Okay, there's the original. Now let's move forward. So up close, see it? It's faint because it's not a cloud. It's a symbol. And it's made for those who hear his name. I hear it. I knew he was there. I heard it. And I know what that represents. Bam. You see that darkened color? You see that? See this firmament here? It's sailing along in there. Right there. Perfectly for me to see it. That's something too. I'm still trying to make that out. It's hard for me to make that out. I ain't gonna lie to you. But this is the symbol right here. I'm gonna show you, and I'm gonna show you what era, what year, and time frame. Look at that. There you go. See that? See this purple color? That's Christ's favorite color. Purple. It's Christ's color. Remember, they clothed him with a purple robe when it was mocking him. Yep, you can find that in Mark 15 and 19. They mocked him. Go to Matthew 27, 29. They mocked him. Yeah, but that's what that represents. It's the universe speaking to me right here. Look at that. You see that? It's beautiful, man. It was in the sky here. All right, let's move forward. See that? You may think it's simple. You may even say, that ain't nothing. And this is why you don't understand God's clouds. You see this? That's an old Assyrian in that time period symbol. And that's the symbol for this here. That's one of them. You see that? But that's not even spot on. I'm just showing you that one. Look. Okay. So here's a letter chart from Assyria. You see that there? There you go. See? It's from Assyria. That's what he showed you if you know God and you know the clouds. That's just his way of confirming Assyrian captivity. Because when we was in Syria, you know, the Israelites, the chosen ones, serving out a punishment, the Assyrians had to assimilate themselves with us. So they end up creating some letter wordings for us that we can understand, using our Hebrew mixed in with Assyrian. So they made symbols that look like that. See that? That actually means he. He, and the he symbol in Hebrew looks a little different. It don't look like that. This is why I knew that that was he that we used because we lived in the East with them. But I also knew that was a different symbol by looking at it. I knew which one it was. And that's what I'm showing you. Look at that. It's perfect. All right, let me show you. Let me show you guys something. I got a little something prepared for you. All right, there you go. You see that? The Assyrian captivity or the Assyrian exile. See that? It is the period in the history of ancient Israel and Judah, during which several thousand of Israelites from the kingdom of Israel were forcibly relocated by the Neo-Assyrian Empire. The tribes forcibly resettled by Assyria later became known as the 10 Lost Tribes. Voila. Okay, that was Israel and Judah. The reason why they say Israel and Judah, because the northern kingdom and southern kingdom sometimes lived a little differently. They always kind of lived a little differently. But they was brothers, and they always got along, though, until in 71 BC, see that? Assyria swept out of the north, captured the northern kingdom of Israel, and took the 10 tribes into captivity. Yep, but they broke away, and no one knew where they was at. They took them out of there, kicked them out. That's why they call it exile or the exile. Exile means exit. So they just pretty much went to war with them a little bit, forcibly removed them. They relocated them. No one knew where were they? Where were they? And it was an Assyrian captivity in the Bible. You can go to Exodus. You know what? Matter of fact, I want you to go to 2 Kings 15 to 29. If you go to 2 Kings 15 to 29, you will find out one of the kings of Assyria captured the Israelites. They captured the Israelites. Yes, sirree, Bob. Now watch this. Look at this. When did the Native Americans first arrive to America? Let's find out. Their descendants explored along the west coast of North America as early as 1000 BC. They had covered nearly the entire continent. It is not known when the first people arrived in the Americas. Some archaeologists, scientists who study the remains of past human lives believe it might have been about 12,000 BC. See, they just throw that up because they don't know. But we all know that as early as 1000 BC. The reason why they know that is because according to the Assyrians, it was relocated 7. That's roughly 1,000 if you sum it up or go to the nearest 1,000. So BC, that was before we start counting in AD. So we had 2020 AD, so that's 2,000 years right there. You add this 1,000 years to that 2,000, you got exactly 3,000 years. That's how long the Native Americans been living in America. Perfect timing for the split of the exile. So that's where the 10 tribes are. This is why the Native Americans are the 10 tribes of Israel. That's right. They are the 10 tribes. Judah and Israel kind of like, bumped heads a lot. But they were brothers. They loved each other too. Yeah, man. You can find out on 2 Kings too. If you read 2 Kings, man, they split up. They had 2 lines formed in 2 Kings. They fell out and had a lot of issues and things like that. They formed 2 different lines and, went against the kingdom over there and got back into trouble and went back into captivity because they couldn't figure things out. They always split up. Now, you can go to 2 Kings, though, 18 and 11, and you'll find out the king of Syria carried away the Israelites again. Carried them away again, right there. There was a couple of scriptures letting you know that Assyrians had Israelites in captivity. You had some Israelites fled and went somewhere else, and they weren't found until like thousands of years later. Over here in America. That's proving it. You can't make this stuff up. That's who they are. Then they had to serve out of captivity. Oh yeah. Now let's go back to the pictures. Let's move forward. I want to show you guys something. Now we see that you had natives living in Assyrian. You see this here, this letter here, match that letter in the sky because God is always with us. Let's move forward. Look at that. Perfect match. And that is the Assyrian letter chart mixed in with the Hebrew. Here go again. You see this one here? That's why you see 3. See that? Sun, wisdom. God is the mind because God controls all. He's in the center of both of them. Spirit. You know what the spirit is, right? The Holy Ghost. Right here on the side here. Protecting God. And here's the sun over here. Okay? Together, one universal God. Yah. That's the symbol you got floating in the sky. Because the universe, God created. And that proves it. Because this is the universe symbol that was floating in the sky that day. I happened to catch it. Luckily I saw it. All this work was created by God. Go to Isaiah 64 and 8. All of us are the work of the hand. How is that the work of the hand? If it's the work of the hand, he's talking about God's hand. This is how you know it. Go to Exodus 31 and 18. Written by the finger of God. if it's written by the finger of God, that's who wrote this, and that mist. And it was floating along in front of my house, and I caught it. This is another Assyrian chart. You see that? No, you barely can see it. It's kind of like blurry, but that's he. That's that symbol here. I really don't like that one, so we'll move forward. We'll move forward. Look at that. Very clear for you here. Now you see that? He. Hey. That's the hey symbol. That's the symbol right here that I got in the cloud here. This the old, look at that. See? Syriac. That means Assyrian alphabet. That's all. That's the alphabet. And it was dealing with Yah. See? Yod, hey. See? The cross. That's what that was. That little symbol in the cloud that you would pass up and just think, well, a little gap in the cloud. Oh, look at that. Oh, hole in the cloud. Look at that. Look over it. This is why it's important to learn other languages. When you learn other languages, especially God's language, yeah, you learn that Hebrew now, man, because he's showing himself a lot. Right here is what he showed himself to be. And that one symbol is important because it means he. Who is he? Your Savior. That's why the cross is here. And that is a Assyrian alphabet. Yes, sir. See that? See? I know how to make something out of nothing. Because nothing is something. That's right. You've been in slavery here. People think you're nothing, but you're really something because you got God talking to you. Look at that. These are all the different time frame periods of he. Look at that. See that symbol? Look how they look. That's the Assyrian captivity. Now, this is a Hebrew letter for tent, a tet or whatever. You know, I don't know. Well, you see it here. And I pull this up because you may think that this is it. But no, this is Hebrew. This is how this look in Hebrew, a totally different word. Okay? Look at that. I got the old ancient letter he up in Assyrian. I got my picture here. Then I got this letter here in Hebrew. That means something else. You see that? Now, which one you think it may be? Use your common sense. Use your common sense. All right. Now, this is the Hebrew letter for he. That's the symbol, rather. See that symbol? That's how it'll look. And you'll notice it look like that. When you go to Yahweh in Hebrew, you will see these here, two of them. See that? Not this one, because this was Assyrian captivity. That's what the Most High was showing me, that we was even in Assyrians. We was in Assyrian captivity. And he showed himself here in the Americas because this is what we had to flee to from the Assyrian. There you go, see? This is the he that you see here. You still can use it. The Most High uses it. Those are ancient letters. Now you see that? Universal God. That's the symbol you're seeing in the sky there. That's the symbol. I want you to know that. I'm showing you something special. Here you go. You see this chart here? 720 BC. Roughly 1,000 years. Sometime when you're doing your little geographic work, things like that, man, you gotta sum these time frames up sometime. You can't get the exact date. It's kind of hard to say, well, 721 BC or 730. They try to do that, but it don't work all the time. So here was the Assyrian captivity, and that's exactly when you kind of like haven't heard of the 10 tribes after that. Yeah, see, Judah stayed behind, man. He had to deal with a lot of stuff. See that? There you go. These are all the captivities. This is the last one, America. 7 captivities. Rome came after Greek. There you go. You see that? All this information I just fed you from one simple picture. Voila. Voila. See that? This is how special God is when he loves you. And how special is it that I got it? Yes, sir. We served a major captivity. And I want you to know though, man, when you kidnap people, God don't like that. He do not like that. If you read Exodus 21:16, you'll find out he says, whoever kidnap a man must die. Whoever kidnaps a man must die. That's what it says. Now you do your research and find out who all been kidnapped and who did the kidnapping. And you pretty much can sum up who must die over that thing. Don't get butthurt about it. Just do your research and pray and get yourself out of it. Start researching like me, man. I'm researching. I'm teaching you. Look, Habakkuk 2:12. Woe to him that builds a city with bloodshed. So if you build a city on bloodshed, he said, woe unto you. Now, why don't you do a little research? I want you to look up what woe mean in the Bible. Just ask it. What does God mean by woe in the Bible? Go into a Bible, get a Bible dictionary. Go to a friend, go to a pastor. Ask them. They'll tell you. Ask someone, what does woe mean in the Bible? That's all you have to do. Don't get offended at because a young black man like myself teaching you. I'm 44, but what else? Don't get offended from a young black man. I'm 44. Sorry. Yeah. Young black man like myself teaching you. Don't get offended what I'm saying, man. All that soft stuff. See, people try to, I don't want to do that, man. I don't have too much opinion. I don't want to be too opinionated. I just want to teach you. But here you go. So my opinion is, stop being a wussy. God exists. Research and stop crying. Read the Bible. I wish I knew what that was. Read the Bible and find out what's going on. But he said, woe to you if you build a land on bloodshed, bro. Woe to you if you did it. Yeah, well, quick little video. Nice information for you. I hope you love me. Like, share, subscribe, follow me. I got more to show you, man. Hey, look, I ain't even bring out the big guns. I'm kind of, man. I'm going to show you, though, because that's what I'm about. I told you I was going to keep it real. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to bring you what I got to bring you. Look at that beautiful, beautiful symbol there. Hey, guys, start looking up in the air, man. Start looking up. You'll catch a symbol or two. You never know what you'll catch. Don't be too busy. You know what I'm saying? Don't be too busy for God, man. He's around you. If you just look. He's around you. Look at that. Come on. There you go. Oh, man. He exists, y'all. He exists. What I like is, let me tell you what I like about America. America keep up. We always research. We read and we try to know. Look at that. We have the old ancient symbols that we have to where we can have, get a hold to them. We have access to them. Look, we have access to these, man. Without the access to these, we probably wouldn't even know what these symbols mean. So you got to like America for what it's worth. Appreciate the good things. Like the libraries, the fact that you got so many books in these libraries where you can sit and read. And what about the computers? All the books you have, you can look up and confirm it on a computer. That lets you know that computer's not lying. Like, wait a minute, it's in the book. Let me check to see if the computer gonna say anything about it. And it does. So the world is trying their best to be honest, not keep anything back, not hold nothing back anymore. Maybe they should stop holding back reparations. Maybe the world will get along better if you just prove you love your brother by giving him something that you took. Maybe it's too late. Maybe you should just stay evil, get even worse. Bible playing out anyway. Who cares? Nobody don't even care about dying anymore, man. You see how the world act. Who cares? But if I was you who built this land on blood, I would give back because God said that's the only way you can get out of it. Give them the land back, give them the money back, apologize for what you've done so people can get their manhood back. You got men, man, that need their balls back. All right. Hey, follow law, statutes, commandments. You know, love me for this information I'm getting you because if you don't love me, you remember you got to love the pastor. Look how much money y'all giving these false pastors. I'm over here struggling. You know I'm a prophet. You guys see how much God loves me. How you not love me as much as you love that wicked pastor? And you know you're supposed to look out for the prophets. Without me, you won't have these beautiful, beautiful signs to enlighten you and proving to you that God exists. I could have kept it to myself. You're lucky I'm honest and I respect the scriptures because I can't keep it to myself anyway, even if I wanted to. You little, you know what, people? All right. You have a good day. Peace.